and welcome back. Today we're going to check up the latest patch of Baldur's Gate 3, patch number 4, which finally include FSR 2. It's literally the first thing they promote in their patch notes. Notably, today's patch also upgrade AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution to version 2.2. This update will enable an increase in visual fidelity for FSR user with similar performance benefit to FSR 1.0. So with all that said, let's jump in. Welcome to Respawn PC. I'm Doug. Let's dive in. I just want to point out first that FSR 1 and FSR 2.2 are available to choose. You cannot choose both at the same time. So the first thing we try, we go back to exactly the proposed minimum requirement, meaning the GTX 970 i5 4690 at 8GB. And if you compare to the last video I made in the same area, we have quite a gain in FPS. In the last video we were at 33 FPS and now we have 39 FPS average. Yes, we have some dip in the 20s, but it's no more in the teens. And for the smoothness, I would say it's about the same thing. And by the way, we're playing at 720p low. So FSR 2 do a huge difference for the proposed minimum requirement. So why not trying older GPU? Can they match up or reach 30 FPS? Because right now I'm at the FSR 2.2 at ultra quality. That means we can drop the FSR quality to balance or even ultra performance. For the second card, we go back to the GTX 750 Ti. In my whole video, this card reached a 28 FPS average, and now we are at 33. Oh, and put the memory at a 16GB, so the test is consistent between each. So now we had a card that was barely reaching 30 FPS, reaching just over 30 FPS. That in my book is a big win for the budget gaming card. And now we have the GTX 660 and we're running with FSR 1.0 at ultra quality. Compared to the native video I made before, the GTX 660 was averaging 24 FPS, and now with FSR 1.0 we have a 29 FPS, a bit of an upgrade. But if you go try to push FSR 2.2, the game just crash, and FSR 1.0, which I never recommended, make the game really ugly. So the GTX 660 will stay on the bench. This is what you get when you try the GTX 660 with FSR 2.2. The game crash, and this is the crash report. The same thing happened with the GTX 570, the next card in this video. And let's finish this in beauty with the GTX 570. This card only have 1.2GB of VRAM and an average of 18 FPS at 720p low on the last video. This is footage of the game playing with FSR 1.0. We averaged the exact same FPS, but with graphic looking more horrible. Let me know in a comment if you want me to do some other testing with different settings. I don't have all the GPU or the CPU, but I have plenty. On that note, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe.